Welcome back, fans. You're rocking with your buddy, Mr. Tom Jones, host of the Vegas Sportsbooks show. And today's show is not really about picks. This video is here to introduce what is the Vegas Sportsbooks show and why would you want to watch this sportsbook betting program versus others, as there are many people on the market feeding you picks. Here's a story. Myself, Mr. Tom Jones, I was born in the great city of Las Vegas, Nevada, and so gambling was made to be in my blood. Basically, since a young age, blackjack, poker, roulette, and craps were standards of the norm in my life. And I grew up gambling. At the young age of 17, we had ourselves some authenticated identification systems that showed that we were 21 years of age or older, baby. So growing up in Vegas, we were gambling senior year of high school. How cool is that? And the crazy thing is, growing up in Vegas with a fake ID, you're never, ever, ever gonna get into a nightclub. Girls, this is a different story, but for the boys, you're never getting into a nightclub. But man, could we sit down at a blackjack table in major casinos on the main casino floor, flick that little piece of plastic down, and we'd have a set of chips in front of us in an instant. It's as if the casino wanted us to play no matter fucking what, okay? So you get into blackjack, you get into roulette, there's systems in all of these games. But at the end of the day, the house has this advantage, and theoretically, they're going to take their money from you. If I was a betting man at blackjack, at roulette, at craps, the best advice I've got is take the money you're willing to gamble, put it all in on the first hand to play, win that money, leave the casino. The longer you sit and play repetitive deals of hands, of cards, of dice, the advantage is going more and more and more towards the casino. If you've got luck, it's going to be on the first play, and then get the fuck out of there and take your money home. The thing is, it's fun gambling, and you want to continuously play. Playing blackjack at the tables, there's nothing more fun, and you're getting free drinks the whole time. But it's an expensive form of entertainment because you're playing a hand every minute or so, and the minimum bet is 5, 10, 20, 50 bucks. So I learned my niche was football. Sports betting, you could even lay down a $5 10-team parlay. You got action for the whole day, minimum 3 hours. You make one bet. You're usually not sitting in the book chasing sports bets. So you put your bets in, you watch your games, you have your fun. So around the age of 18 in college, I remember one of the first, probably second or third weeks of putting in bets. I hit 9 out of 10 on a 10-team parlay. And at that moment, I was hooked. 9 out of 10 on a multiplier, as they call it overseas. 9 out of 10 pays 800 to 1. That'll change your day up real nice, all right? So I lost on a game. I bet the over. It was the Vikings, and it was the Chiefs, and they went under. Scored like 23 points in the game. The over was 33. The point of the story is this. I dove into gambling young, and I never let go, all right? Sports betting became my niche. It was something I was actually good at, and I would follow the statistics to pick the winners. And over time, I've learned a few things. The few things I've learned are this. You're going to put your investment, your time, your energy into picking these winners. So what do? You study up, this player's here, he's throwing this many passes, his completion, quarterback rating, his statistical stats say that this team is this good, this team is not that good, therefore this team's going to beat this team. Now Vegas mixes it up a bit, right? We created a thing called the spread. You can pick the winning team But if the team is a high favorite, the payout is going to be very low. You're going to be betting 300 to win 100, 400 to win 100. On heavy games, you're going to bet 1,000 to win $100. I never enjoyed putting up more money to win less, even though the team was a favorite. So if you bet your games on the spread, you get you get about 90% return. So if you bet $100, you're going to get $91 back on average, as an average against the spread bet. The spreads were created to engage the gamer, us, with the book, them. All right? If you've ever noticed in Vegas, we keep building billion, 2 billion, 7 billion. One day there'll be a $10 billion casino built in Vegas. They blow up the old ones and they build a brand new, bigger one. All right? And that city has never, ever, ever slowed down. Why? One, we suck money out of people's pockets in entertainment, meals, drinks, dining, hotels. But two, it's the gambling. And the fact of the matter is, we're not winning if they keep building billion-dollar buildings. So as a local Vegas born and raised resident, I had a competitive mindset to beat the casino. And as I dove more into statistical predictions on sports, I found I could pick winners, and then boom, something freaking weird happens and the stats don't add up. Well, in my theory, it's because the house always wins, man. There is some sort of correlation between the Vegas sports books and the sports teams outside of 100% competitive play. If it was 100% competitive play, these dominating teams, they wouldn't lose. They wouldn't ever lose. They'd run the scoreboard up. They'd be 40 points ahead. But if you noticed, it's not really what happens. And it's not really what happens in professional sports. This is not so much in college athletics, which I do believe it's kind of wild that we're allowed to bet on kids in college playing sports. So you got to pick your poison if you're going to be gambling, all right? If you're a card shark, maybe you should just stick to poker, reading people, hustling the poker table. I got friends winning tournaments. There's money to be made in poker, all right? If you can count cards and you know how to run the blackjack table, get it, baby. Get in there, count your cards. Eventually, if you're good enough, the casino will catch you and they'll blackball you, all right? If you really want to get into it, learn how to throw dice. And boom, you can learn how to make the dice land a certain way. Now you got an advantage. Me, myself, I found sports betting to be the game that I can find the statistical advantage on. It took me many years to realize this, but the casino is going to fucking win. All right? Let's take the game, the Kansas City Chiefs. Week 1. Chiefs coming in hot. Detroit Lions, they lost. All right? Statistically speaking, they're probably a better team, but they lost. They didn't put points up. They lost by 1. We took an L on that bet. Week 2, Chiefs come in. They take that win. They cover that spread. Week 3, Chiefs are back, covering that spread. Here's my best example. Week 4, it just happened. The Kansas City Chiefs are playing the New York Jets. The New York Jets, statistically, are one of the worst teams in the league going against one of the best. And you would reckon the spread was about 7 to 9 points as it shifted. You'd reckon the Chiefs are going to cover the spread. They're going to blow the score up 10 points or higher. Easily, powerhouse team. Didn't happen, did it? Guess what? 90% of the money in the money line, on the spread, we're not going to worry about the over-under. 90% of the money was on the Chiefs Sunday Night Football. And what happened? The New York Jets covered that spread. They didn't win the game. I don't even watch the games anymore. It's confusion of the mind to watch the games. You're going to believe things that aren't really real when it comes to betting. All right? But I saw a highlight. It looks like the Jets had a pick at the end of the game, and the refs called it on a holding call that was horseshit. At the end of the day, the NFL is an entertainment agency. It's not a professional sports league. This isn't the Olympics. And the refs can call anything that they want. So in theory, well, here's my theory. 70 to 80% of the time, those statistical predictions, they're going to line up, and you're going to see the better team beat the weaker team, and you're going to cover the spread if it's enough spread and here and there. What happens is people bet on these teams, and they win. And then the second week in a row, they win. Now the mind, the psychological mind of the gambler gets fired up, man. And you think you fucking figured it all out. So by the third, fourth, maybe even fifth week in a row, not only are you going to take the money you won the first 2 weeks, you're over there working, you're making your money, you're ready for Sunday, you're taking more money out of the bank. You think you've got a hot ticket, and you're going to bet more of it the third, the fourth, the fifth win in a row, and you get hooked, baby. You get hooked like no other, because these things happen in the world of sports betting. It's just the way it is. Is it the players? Is it the coaches? Is it the refs? It's most certainly the refs are doing things. Coaches are calling plays sometimes. I don't know what the fuck they're thinking. Another example. My team's the Raiders. Now here's a reverse example, because sometimes things go fixed in the other direction for the public to win. The Raiders, terrible team once again. The Raiders have a comeback chance against the Chargers this week. They're plus 6.5, maybe 7, but most likely you got them at 6.5. I got them at 6.5. More of the money in the generalization of things is on the Chargers. The Raiders actually come back to the final 2 minutes of the game. They got the ball on like the 1 yard line. They got 4 downs. First play, if anybody like us was the coach, you'd give the ball to Josh Jacobs. He's one of the best running backs in the league, and have him pound it in 1 yard to get a touchdown to tie the game up. What do they do on the first down? They throw the ball. They throw an interception with the rookie quarterback. It makes no sense, man. But what you have to realize is this league is full of things that are never going to make sense. So that one shifted in favor of the public. So what are we doing? What are we talking about here? Tom, where are you going on these rants? Here's my point. The sports books always win money. Now, individually, people got to win to keep them coming back. So they're going to let us win, and then they're going to hook it and get their money back. So what we do on this channel is we spent 20 years winning, losing, putting it in, watching this, and getting taken sometimes on some bullshit. Bullshit caused by the coach, bullshit caused by the ref, and I feel like less often from the players, but you never know. What happens is this. We've built the system. 20 years of this shit. Now, myself, I've taken sports betting pretty seriously. And I've even taken a break for a few years. Just because I wanted to save my money up. I need to stop playing these games with these casinos, right? Get control of yourself, man. Because what happens is when you're betting, you never want to stop. You want to go back the week after. Because it's a consistent entertainment fun. What you got to learn is after you win big, you got to step back. You got to hold on to your money. You got to wait to throw that next punch when it's wide open. Because the book, they're clever, man. It's like a game of chess with a chess master. What our system has done has acknowledged that they are the masters of the chess game. but we can squeak in a few wins here, there, and there. But you got to have self-control. You got to understand that these games are never going to fully add up to what the statistical predictions would tell you. So what I'm telling you is Vegas always is going to win, man. But knowing this with professional sports, not collegiate athletics, in theory, you just got to bet like you own the sports book, man. So check this out. We're feeding out winners so far this year. We've got week 1. We didn't make no picks because it's week 1. There's like 18 new quarterbacks in the league. I took one bet on the Chiefs. We lost that bet, sat it out the rest of the week. Week 2. We saw some games we liked. Oh, yeah. I took a 16 parlay, and I hit it. That's fucking impossible, man. I never win a 16 parlay in my life. It took me 20 years to get to this point when I could pick a 16 parlay on week 2, and it's golden. Now, after a big win, you got to pull back. I knew week 3, things did not look as easy as week 2 to my system. And, we lost a little bit of money week 3. We did pick a 5-team parlay week 3, and we hit 4 games out of 5. It's still not enough to win, baby. So what did I do wrong? I put too many games on my ticket. I knew the first 4 games I picked, I felt good about them. The 5th game, it was just to win more money. And that's where you always fuck yourselves. So this is what I'm saying. This channel is feeding winners. Week 1, 6 for 6. We were like picking all 16 games. We went like 11 for 5. Week 2, hold it back. We were picking all 16 games. We hit like 7 of them. Not good. Week 3, we decided to stop picking all 16 games because it's too much. It's too much fluff. I told you, I'm going to focus on the winners. We hit Thursday night with the winner. I picked 8 games on Sunday. I hit 7 of them. All right? The system is fucking rolling right now. So what you got to realize is we're about to keep picking winners this season, but you got to be in control of how you bet your money to beat the books. And that's it, folks. That's just a little explanation on what's going on this channel. We're not just running off of what team looks good this week is going to smash into next week. What we know is the NFL is a little funky. Shit's going to happen, especially when it comes to the point spread. Because what the Chiefs did on Sunday night is they still won the game with the help of the refs, but they didn't cover the spread, and 90% of the money was on the spread. Same story with the Philadelphia Eagles Sunday daytime. We saw 90% of the money on the Eagles. 2, 3, they've won every game. Everybody was betting the Eagles. Got them. We took the Commanders +9. If you wind it back to week 3, the Colts upset the Ravens. The Texans upset whatever team they were playing. And the Arizona Cardinals upset the Cowboys. We picked those 3 games on the spread, and they still even won. So the thing is, you got to watch out for the sports book because it's lighting you up, buddy. It sees that you see this team sucks, and you're going to bet all your money on the better team, and you're going to take that big spread, and then whoop, those 3 games, 70, 80, 90% of the money was on the big boys, and the big boys lost. All right, we see this coming. That is the Vegas Sportsbook Show mantra. We see it coming. We're coming for you, Sportsbook. And if you want to stay tuned, man, we're tuned in right now. We are not going anywhere. This season, I'm fired up. When I get back home to Vegas and you see these paper tickets in my hand, you're going to love it. We're all going to love it. This is good fun betting on sports. And yeah, I know sports are just an entertainment distraction for life. But man, if you can come in there and win some money, it feels good. It feels real good. So let's just stay tuned, folks. right now, from week 2, week 3, week 4, we went 6 out of 6, 4 out of 5, 8 out of 9, 6 and 4, that's 10, 8, 18, and like 3 losers. 18 and 3, baby. We are winning this year because we've watched what the books, what the games, what the refs, and what the coaches are doing. And we're paying attention. You're probably not going to see many sports handicappers talk about it like this because it's not. They focus on the stats, winning teams, and those guys hit winners. I'm not taking it away from guys who win, but we're hitting them out of the ballpark this year. Watch out. The Vegas Sportsbooks show will continue. We didn't make a play on Monday night because we weren't sure. I like Seattle, but I wasn't betting on it, so we didn't say nothing. And that's what you got to do. You got to hold back. You got to hold back. You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to bet that parlay, and know when to run away. All right, so just stay tuned. More winners this season. That's what the Vegas Sportsbook show is going to be all about. A little bit of background history for you. And we are fired up. Week 5. Week 5's coming, and we're getting ready for that. We're getting ready for the NBA. We're getting ready for the NHL. And we are ready. If you want to join the system, drop a comment, subscribe to the show. Let's build up the environment. It's a brand new YouTube channel. We're ready to fire up. Sports bet fans, stay tuned. It's your boy Tom Jones, over and out. And cheers to more winning parlays this season.